to publicly show my talents. Not that, I'm in public already, but believe me, it's not centralized on the spotlight like that. He's always, introduced me to things, but he's always made a way for me to get robbed of it at the same time. He never lets me experience something without me experiencing the aftermath of it immediately. So with my destiny in life, I definitely am at a point where socially I've been cut, numbed, and scarred to a lot of things, and I've lost feeling in a lot of things. And I'm very sensitive to other things, but at one time I was sensitive in those areas. But I was very abused and taken advantage of, and I just don't have it in me to stay there anymore. I don't want to live a life that's so dangerous that people are scared to be around me. She's the one that feels things, and then she gets robbed right after. I can't be around that. That's part of how life is. Life is very terrible for some people. It can be. It's what you got to do with that terribleness. If you live on a piece of property right on the water and there's always tsunamis at your house, you're just the tsunami house. After a while, you build your house 6 feet over the water, 10 feet over the water, whatever. So no matter how bad the tsunamis come, you can just sit in your living room and fall asleep. I was talking about this yesterday with my mom. She was, they have those rain videos on YouTube where somebody plays a storm or records a storm and they play it for Zen. This happened to one was like a tornado type video. It was like a monster thunderstorm with crazy winds blowing. It was supposed to be Zen-like. And I said, that's what Jesus is asleep in. I said, Jesus is a person who's, requires drama at some point. That's the only time he sleeps is when there's like full-blown drama going on. It's like a monster tornado type thunderstorm. And he's like, like knocked out of sleep. Like, elite. Telling us about what elitism is for him. Like when it comes to elite, this is the only thing that can put me to sleep. This is my life 10 times, 100 times over. In this elite point, this is what it is for me, and I can sleep for it because he's the savior. But I don't know. That's how I feel about it. Drama in a word. I definitely don't look for it. It's not in my nature to look for it. I don't seek out drama or confrontation or listen initially on anybody. But, I've been singled out by life. Not that I chose to be this single person. Life chose me not to have familiar things in that way because it says, you're just my lightning strike button. Whenever I need to light you up, I'm going to light you up. And there's nothing you can do about it. For many of us, that's what our elite is. We become elite because our body gets exaggerated and pulled out and pushed apart and numbed up. It gives and it takes. And you develop this nudge with like a volleyball. You just know how to, get the spike and pass it to the next person. That monster hitter is coming down on your forearms. You got to buckle them knees no matter how bad they're shaking like You got to take that spike and just pass the ball. Hopefully, you can control it. You learn how to get that niche you need, to give yourself some, loosen up those muscles so you're not so tight and in control that you're ignoring everything like the point of a knife. You're just, anything that touches you is just blood, instant blood. You kind of want to loosen up some. So you absorb some of the impact. So what you're going to do is you're going to absorb it and go from it being a radical, and you're going to be able to turn it from one direction. And your body is literally going to absorb all of it and push it into another direction. That's what I think I do for drama. A lot of it I absorb. I can't give it back. If it's coming at me with 100, you'll get about 60 of it back. Because 40 of it I'm going to absorb on impact. And then it's going to be less toxic for whoever is, cowering under me. Because they're exactly who I am, but they just haven't been through it as long as I have. And they don't want to kill themselves over something that someone just like them can help them take some of the edge off. Just water it down a little bit so it's not as pungent to them. Till they get to a place where, okay, I don't have to hold your hand as much or cry on your shoulder as much or run up under you and put my face in your belly or your side and tell you to make it go away as much. I tune it down just enough so they'd be like, okay, I can tolerate that, thank you. I'm like, you're welcome. That's what I do need drama for, because all these things that we think are it's or we're running away from are just people. They're people at the end of the day. They just don't have a face that we recognize, or a perfume that we wear, or maybe they don't work at our job, or maybe they don't look like us or sound like us, so we we dehumanize them and we call them it's. That's not what life is about. Whatever you think that new it is, there's somebody at the other opposite end of that suffering tremendously. And they just need someone to take the edge off, because they're not trying to become the next monster, to be disrespected amongst the dramas. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. And I thank you for listening. And I guess I'll see you when I see you. Talk to you later. As much as I thought I could plan a podcast, that is not going to happen. I do not have the mindset to sit here. Chop up block for block how I'm going to tell you about weight loss and weight gain. Put on your favorite butt cheeks, put them on. These my favorite butt cheeks, and I'm gonna put them on. Put on your favorite butt cheeks, put them on. And these my favorite butt cheeks, and I'm gonna put them on.